Next one is from Ricky Pevler, and the subject is, "Am I out of line?" What's up, fellas? Love the show and always love the work y'all did in WCW. With that being said, I'm an old head and really miss wrestling from the Monday Night Wars. I'm always favored at WCW because it's more reality-based and seemed to be pushing the envelope at the time. Now I'm 41 and still love wrestling, but cannot get into what AEW is doing and what most would call it pushing the envelope. Am I wrong for not wanting to see the storylines? I never cared for any kind of love angle, straight or gay, but the Sonny Kiss Joey Janela storyline makes me so uncomfortable that I end up turning it off nearly every time they're in the ring. Sorry for the long-winded question. Just want your take on it. Thanks for you keep me entertained, Ricky Freezer. I have not noticed enough of their interaction. Know if he's just like playing along as his tag team partner.
They're not
Are they
supposed.
doing an angle with each other? I did not even notice that.
No, they're just supposed to be. They're not a couple or anything like that at all. They're just like two party guys. One's gay, one's straight. That's what I've seen anyway.
And it's kind of weird because for a while there, they did like a couple vignettes of them together, like in a car.
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Okay,
what
they were
like
just like they're just boys, like they're friends. But there was also one scene that was kind of weird where like these fucking guys, where they're like at a convenience store, and you know how like you pump your gas and you go in and you pay. So the guy's in the store and Sonny Kiss is outside, and he beats up like 4 guys without the help of Joey Janela. So now they're like, okay, he's tough too, and then they never really did anything with that storyline. You know what I'm saying? It's been very weird, very, very disjointed,
But for his question was, is it wrong that he doesn't want to see that and it makes him uncomfortable?
No, you don't have to be. What are you? You have to be forced to like things. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's 2020, man. You have to.
That's bullshit. I don't care. It's like, bro, like I said, if you're choosing to do angles based on things that I don't like to see, it's like that's how people turn off the show.
Well,
so whatever.
It personally doesn't bother me because I already know there's more to come. I mean, there's going to be more inclusivity in wrestling and society and film. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. So I'm just more like, well, this is kind of what some of the future is going to look like anyways.
Let me ask you this as comparison. And I'm going to butcher saying this, but how are the Exoticos booked in Mexico? Because in the States for a long time, gay characters were heels, so the fans could boo them and chant slurs and shit like that. How are they booked in Mexico as babyface? Like,
bro, the baby faces are super, super, super over. Pimpinella's the number one, and then Cassandro, who just did they're filming a movie about his life with Gael Garcia, which is the number one Mexican actor. And like they're super over. And there's this new Exotico we've been using that super over. And then we got the heel Exoticos and they're super over. But how they used to be used before originally was they were pure comedy. And they were usually in the opening match because they're a hot act. They're like the minis. They'll always get the crowd into the match, and that's what you want. You want that first match to get everybody, hyped. That's why first match is more important than most people realize. Because if the show starts off as a dud, now the second match has to pick up. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do a good job of it, now you got 2. Now the third match has to try to pick up that. And so the Exoticos were usually in the first match as comedy, and then it was only against each other. And the way I use them is I use them against anybody. They can wrestle women, minis, or men. It's like
that's good booking because let me tell you something. When there's a movie, and if the movie is a drama, okay, usually the first scene is kind of lighthearted.
Right.
Like this, it's the people. You find like the people are free. You learn about the characters. Like very rarely does a movie scene start off dark. Like usually, like you just want a good tone to set leading up. Yes, I can see that. That's pretty.
And plus, when a movie starts with a lot of action, you're like already hyped. Like, whoa, this is gonna be good. So that's why, for me, that first match is real important.
Right, but then sometimes too, you can do the James Bond booking. You can put a really hot match on first, like maybe some guys that should be like maybe the semi-main or something like that, and then tone down in the kind of because like usually in the James Bond movie, how they have the opening scene that takes like 2 minutes, then they go to the open, like the song, and then it'll be lighthearted, like he's in the he's communicating, he's interacting.
Could you give me a little theme from James Bond?
How do you mean?
Well, you've given me the Sabu theme. The James Bond theme.
Dun, dun, dun. Boing, ding, 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 ding. What do you think?
All right, that was tremendous. What did you think of that,
That's
Joe?
very, it's very. You know, you can see. Hey, you could tell anybody. Sing me the James Bond theme, and they would do the same. Dun, boing, ding, 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 ding. Would they do it like that, or would they go bum, ba, bum, 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 bum? Well, what do you think they would do?
I'm not sure how they would, do it, but I like your version. All right.
What an iconic franchise that is, the James Bond franchise. Great song, great gimmick, hot chick, slim. It's like, you know,
just about every actor they've picked that's hit it perfect. All the girls are ex models, supermodels, soon to be superstar. Yeah, always a good theme song.
A guy that like slept with a bunch of chicks and murdered a bunch of bad people. You know, just killed everybody. You know,
and has an incredible, cool life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.